it's time to up. That way police don't have a clue when turn up. I'm dolo when I'm out making different.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchdown. Back as that sails over the end line. It's the first carry for the former Georgia Bulldog, Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Now he's going to let it go deep. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, it's gone. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And that one results in 35 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you not got too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Gun! 20! Hey, gun!
From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. Well, the Los Angeles Rams, not yet owners of a first-round bye. They have clinched the NFC West, first in the NFL to win their division. But last week, surprisingly, only put up 6 points in that loss at Chicago.
Not surprising overall in terms of defensive struggle, because you have the last 2 defensive players of the year in the NFL playing in that game. Aaron Donald for the Rams and Khalil Mack for the Bears. And the Bears have been strong on D all year long. What I found interesting was how the Bears scored their touchdown. Right? Trick play, backup offensive tackle, catches a touchdown pass. How often do you see that?
Not very often. By the way, going to make a big difference whether the Rams play in 70-degree L.A. or 20-degree Chicago. A little bit different for the weather style.
It certainly is, which means that down the stretch, the Rams still have to play excellent football. Just because they won the division, they can't kick back. They need to lock up one of those 2 home field byes to start the playoffs.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. And it's up and good. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Charles, last week, the Atlanta Falcons, that was the game that you had against the Green Bay Packers. And another loss, 5 in a row now. It's been quite a fall from Super Bowl 51, has it not been?
It certainly has, and it's hard to truly explain. They've had plenty of injuries on defense, but at one point they had won 3 in a row, had gotten themselves back to 4-4, and were headed to Cleveland, looking like they had a bunch of momentum. They got whacked in Cleveland and haven't been the same team since. Julio Jones had a big game in Green Bay on Sunday. Had 8 catches, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 4 of those and a touchdown came on their first drive. Not much after that.
And this loss that last week, that guarantees that they're going to have their first losing record since 2014.
Gun!
On 3rd down, Ryan. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Going up top. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He gets it to Cooks. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They get it to him running left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give them 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Now he's flushed out right. This is caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. The tackle there by Mark Barron. Now the pitch to Freeman. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Hey, right. 11.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gun. Let it go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Michael Brockers. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Hey, Tuesday. 11.
On second down, here's Ryan. And it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down.
Hey, South. 22.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Well, you know, thinking back to last week around the league, it was one. We've had some crazy weeks this year, Charles, but this was one of the crazier, maybe the craziest week that we've had. You think about the 99-yard run that sort of kicked it all off. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Cases. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
It's Coleman here. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he puts it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Airing it out deep for Wood. And got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they grabbed the lead just before half with a clock reading 0-0-0.
How about snatching things right at the end and grabbing a little bit of control? What a great way to go into the locker room. It's similar to a boxer flurrying in the last 30 seconds of a round and stealing the round. Great job.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 71 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down. Out of the gun. Gone. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Brooks Reed able to drop him for a loss of 4. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Ryan on second down. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 43 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there. We keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
54, south, 21. Hey, right.
On second down, Ryan. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And his kick is good. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. On 1st and 10, Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. They go play action here on first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Brooks Reed in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Goff now looks to throw. He sets to fire deep. He's got it at the 15. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. And even 50 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. On first and goal, Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. Now Goff on third and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flat into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
11. Hey, South. Hey, wait.
Ryan from his end zone on 3rd and long. Looking deep for... He's got a man. Complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 98 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. Zerline connects on the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And here now come the Falcons. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Going for the deep, and got his man, complete. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And a short gain down to about the 33. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, that's Coleman. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? to be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Let's go. Hey, express.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Falcons on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ted McKinley able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now gone. Got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Looking for Woods that time.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now a play fake here on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire